welcome back to Lex Reads. So, as you can see, I am literally sitting on my floor in my office slash library slash closet slash what? Beauty room, all of it, girl. This is a multi-purpose room. But I wanted to clean or at least put the books back because I have a tendency to not put things back basically. And this room has been like this for basically a week. So when I'm like filming something, I take the books that I want to talk about, and then instead of putting them back, I don't. I just pile them up and girl. So if I move over, all these books need to be put back or just kind of tidy up a little bit. So I have like some nonfiction, I have some other little books, and then I moved my chair right here. I'm gonna put it back, but I needed to move it. And I also have books on this chair too. So yeah, basically you're gonna just see me put books where they're supposed to be, and then we're just gonna be talking a little chit chat video. I've never done this before, so I think it's gonna be fun. So it is, well, technically it's what, it's like 1 in the morning Saturday, and this is what we're tackling. I'm a night person, so I tend to do my best at night. Always been like that. So yeah, so let's just start putting these stuff up. All right, y'all, I had to bring in my little stool because my knees. So y'all, first of all, your girl has recently gotten monetized, okay? And I want to thank everyone who has supported this channel, who has, started following me on Instagram and on my blog and on my TikTok, all of that, because when I tell you guys, this has just been so much fun. It literally started as a hobby. It still is a hobby. And the fact that I can get compensated for something that I truly love, and books have just been, when I tell you guys, books have, reading in general has just given me such a different outlook on life. It has changed my life. And something you would think that is so, I wouldn't say trivial, but something so small as just reading a book, it really can change you. It honestly can. And for me, it's just shocking because I was not a reader growing up. Couldn't stand books because I equated it with school. And school for me was extremely hard. I was not an academic person. And I literally had to, I repeated first grade, y'all. It took me, I had to go to summer school to graduate from high school. I went to 3 different colleges. I went to like 2 community colleges. Then I finally got into a university. I got into Central Michigan University. Then I graduated, but I couldn't walk because I didn't pass like a class. What was that class? A statistics class or something like that. So I had to take that class over the summer in order to get my degree. So when I tell y'all, academics in school is not my friend, but I've always been a very hard worker, and I've been determined. And I come from a family that is educated. I was raised by teachers, so it was like, college was the next step. I knew I had to go to school, and that wasn't the problem. It's not like I didn't want to go to school. I just always had a hard time. But I would say when I did get to Central, I did do a little bit better. And actually, when I graduated with 3.3. And for me, that was like a big deal because, girl, high school, the average was beyond low, okay? But like I said, I've always been a very determined person. And always been very hardworking. That was one thing that all of my teachers would say when we go to like parent-teacher conference. They would tell my, aunt and my grandmother, like, she's such a hard worker. And I think that was another thing where sometimes they would just pass me because I would do the work. And then, like, I remember when I was in college, I would go to like office hours. And if they had like a tutoring session, I would go, and I learned when you go to them tutoring sessions and stuff, it makes the professor think like, oh, you're really serious about that. And a lot of times they pay attention to that and they might kind of glaze over a little bit. All right, I kind of give you a little pass. But that's literally what I did. Oh, Lord. I think that's good enough. That is my journey when it comes to school. Was never a student. And I got into reading basically as a way to grieve. So, but I got into reading, like I said, as a way to grieve because back in 2017, my aunt who raised me, she passed away. Then, 2 months later, my grandmother who also raised me passed away. And then 10 months later, my uncle who also helped, raise me passed. So that's like 3 major people in your life. And it was crazy because when I would get sick of my aunt, I would go to my grandmother. When I get sick of my grandmother, I would go to my uncle. So to not have, those people in my life, it is a huge adjustment. It still is an adjustment. And basically how I got through it was my faith. Because I, grew up in church, grew up as a Christian, believe, full-heartedly that Jesus died for our sins. Got into reading because I noticed it distracted me. Y'all know I like to shop like nobody's business. So I noticed, and also too, I'm a type of person where I'm an introvert. I keep to myself. I've always have been like that. Just only thing that I would do was just like shop. And I'm like, this is just not fulfilling. I need something else. And then one day I just randomly went to a bookstore. I probably went to like Barnes & Noble. And I just picked up a book and started reading it. And then that was in like 2018. And then in 2019, that's when I really took it seriously. And that's when I got into African literature. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because if you guys have read African literature, you know that they are storytellers. They can tell a story. And I just was so fascinated. The feeling that I never had. And then I also felt like while I'm reading these books, those characters are like my family. And for that week or two, it's like those characters are my family. I feel like I have a family. It sounds like I'm trying to sound deep, but y'all know what I mean. It's like you get engrossed into those stories and those characters and that plot, and girl, you be feeling like, oh, that's my sister, that's my brother, that's my mama, that's my daddy, that's my grandmama. I feel like that when I'm reading these books by Black authors. Once I got into African literature, I wanted to, I wanted to get into more. I wanted to read more, so that's when I started really looking at Instagram, right? I didn't even know that like Instagram had like this Bookstagram, book community. I finally started, really digging and excavating into Instagram and looking at all these, Bookstagrammers and stuff like that and booktubers. That's when I started learning more about like African literature. And then I started a page back in March 2020, right when the pandemic like hit. And that was another thing that I'm so glad I did because obviously you guys know we were in the house, we couldn't do anything. So by me, starting the Bookstagram, it was such a community, you know what I mean? I feel like I had that camaraderie because again, we couldn't go anywhere. Everybody was like paranoid, scared. We have this new virus and, people are dropping left and right. And the fact that you kind of had like an outlet to talk about books and kind of get that out of your mind a little bit. I found it so relieving. But I noticed everybody on Bookstagram kept on posting the same books. And especially if it was by Black authors, it was like, girl, they would do the same people. And I'm like, I love Toni Morrison. Nobody can write like Toni Morrison. No one can be like Toni Morrison. But we have more authors than Toni Morrison. We have more authors than Alice Walker. We have more authors than Maya Angelou. Okay? Like, and I remember growing up, I didn't read, in high school and college, I didn't read any Black literature at all. The first time I read Black literature, it was on my own when I was in like 8th grade when I read I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. So Black literature was like non-existent to me when it came to school. And then I always had a leg up because I have a sister that was extremely intelligent and was an avid reader. I mean, the girl got, I don't know how many degrees. And then I was raised by English teachers. So when it came to literature and, and things like that, without me reading, I still knew about, books and authors and things like that in the classics. But that's when I said, I want to talk about books and show books by Black people that are like unknown. And that's when I came up with the Unsung Blacks, where I'm showcasing, Black individuals. Where does this go? So that's when I came up with the niche, like, you know what, I'm going to talk about black books, Black individuals, arts, music, movies, all of that are just not really well known and not really talked about. And by doing that, I kind of grew my own little community. I started, learning about Black authors that I didn't even know about. And also, I just like the fact that I had, people to talk to about these, these Black books. And, people were saying like, oh, that was my favorite book, growing up, or you need to read this, or oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're talking about that. You know what I mean? Because again, when it comes to Black literature, and just Black things in general, we don't get the praise and recognition that we should, okay? And that is always my, intentions there. I want to showcase Black individuals, when it comes to, like I said, music, sports, entertainment, books, all of that, because we have done so much, okay? And again, it is not praised, it is not well known. And that was another reason why I wanted to start the Becoming a Black Book Collector series, because after really, reading these books, I was like, you know what, I want to learn even more. And this has become a hobby. And now this hobby, I'm going to start getting paid for it, okay? So it's like, it is a win-win. I am, so excited. I always look forward to filming a video and talking to you guys, and you guys talking back to me. And I'm so glad that I decided to, start the Unsung Black Book Club, because I absolutely love it. It'll be our 3rd month. And when I tell you, I look so forward to it, because the discussions are just so amazing. And again, I just love that camaraderie that, we have. So, y'all, I'm geeked. I really am. I'm so geeked. And I told y'all, and I didn't even realize it either, in one of my videos, in my like best books of 2022, I was like, oh, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a giveaway. I didn't even realize that I got to 1,000 subscribers, and literally until like, I'm not even joking, y'all, like 3 weeks ago. And I was like, oh my goodness, wait, I gotta do a giveaway. So I am doing a giveaway. I am currently collecting everything that I want to give away. Of course, like I told y'all, you already know it's gonna be books, but it's also gonna be some graphic tees. We go do more merchandise. I mean, I'm gonna hook y'all up. I really am gonna hook y'all up, okay? So look out for that soon. You already know I will post a video on that, on how to, on how to, enter and things like that, because I have to show y'all some love. I honestly do. I just look forward to, like I said, filming. I look forward to putting those videos out, every Sunday and Tuesday. And now I'm thinking, should I even maybe add another day? You know what I mean? Because, y'all, I got some more books I can talk about. Y'all already know I'm always going to put you on the books and movies and music. And now, girl, I have got an obsession with buying vinyls. I got a vlog coming up. Y'all probably see this. Y'all probably have already seen the vlog by the time I put this up. But y'all saw them vinyls I got. And I'm going to show you one I actually got today. Okay. After work, I left work early today. And I got a vinyl, y'all. Second and Charles has been my ish, okay, lately. Let me put this up. All right, that wasn't that bad. I gotta put this in my TBR cart. But wait, let me show y'all what I got today. First of all, $8, Phyllis Hyman. This is her first album. Y'all know I'm a Phyllis Hyman fan, okay? So pretty. Look at this. $8. My favorite song on this album is I Don't Want to Lose You and No One Can Love You More. And this came out in 1977. And then, of course, I got a J. California Cooper. I am actually I'm going to start. I don't want to say I'm in a process, but I want to start collecting basically all of her works. I have a good amount of J. California Cooper. I actually have one book that I want to read that's on my TBR for this year. Oh, I forgot the name of it. I forgot it. But like I said, I do have one book by her this year. But this is The Matter Is Life. And these are a collection of short stories. You guys know she writes short stories. And her short stories are unbelievable. So, yeah. I cannot wait. Because, again, she can write a short story. And you know what I love about short stories is the fact that you can, like, read one and then like maybe 2 days later read another one, or you know what I mean, you don't feel like you have to just read it all at once or whatever. So I'm gonna probably put this on my nightstand because her short stories are bomb. All right, bomb. So yeah, that's another. So yeah, I did get this vinyl, and girl, I ordered another vinyl today from Amazon. I ordered A Seat at the Table by Solange. That is my album. Like, ooh, last year I listened to the full album and just was floored. Like, oh my goodness. And then last week when I was at the gym, I just randomly put on that album again. And I'm like, oh no, I have to get this on vinyl. I have to get this on vinyl. And I got a good price. I got it for like 17 bucks, 18 bucks. Currently, I'm obsessed with vinyls. And y'all know when I collect stuff, I collect stuff. So I ain't got myself into another rabbit hole. Okay. But yeah. Okay, so I have, let me show y'all my progress. So this is my progress. I'm done. I just had to like put the books on the bottom shelf right here. This one is what is this? Nonfiction. And then that's basically, I just have to kind of clean that up a little bit. And then this bin is children's books, and then this bin is just random books that I can't like fit anywhere. So yeah, on this wall, let me show y'all. So y'all remember on that wall I used to have like the records or whatever, but I don't have those anymore. I put them in my living room where all my records are, but I wanted to put back that shelf that I had. But you know what, of course I'm gonna put my copy of The House of Eve. But you know what, I think I did it like this the last time. I feel like that should go tip over. See that last one? I know I want to put the little red black girl. That's just fitting. Trying to figure the last time I had this, it was perfect. And then you know what? I think I want to put this Destiny Child CD because just for nostalgic sake. And y'all know that's my CD. Okay, come on now. But I feel like you can't see it. It looks like that should be, this should be in the middle. But I did this I remember the last time. And y'all, the books fail. I have a feeling this is just gonna tip over. We're gonna leave it, but that, it's like doing that, and I don't know why that. Okay, wait. Okay, wait. Just right here. We're gonna try to, maybe if I. to... Oh, girl, it's just gonna have to be. Let me see if I can open this. Okay, see, this is perfect. Oop. All right, that's all we go do. And if House of Eve don't work, it don't work. But I do think it might stay. All right, that's all we're doing with that. Okay, so yeah, and if I like get another shelf like this, I can always put another one right there in the middle or something like that. But I have to be strategic when it comes to space in this room because I have very little. And as you can see, I got a lot of books. All right, I'm gonna move this chair back. All right, so I gotta have enough room to obviously walk in the room. There we go. What is this? All right, I did clean up this a little bit. Oops. Y'all look at these socks I have. They are Black Lives Matter. I got them from City Trend a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna use this Febreze Air April Fresh by Downy. Y'all, I'm obsessed with this. I got a pack of 2 for like $6, and you guys know the plug-ins. I get those. These the April Fresh is the only one I use because it smells so good. And then I also use in this room with plug-ins, and I actually get these plug-ins from the dollar store. I like to get the lavender, the vanilla lavender, and the fresh cotton. This sounds really weird, but I only like vanilla scents in my bedroom. So the plug-in is like a vanilla scent. Candles have to be vanilla. And then I have a like room spray that's vanilla. I know it's really extra, but I just like that scent. All right, y'all. So I am done with cleaning up the room. Again, I didn't have to just do a lot because it wasn't that bad. But like I stated before, I don't put things back. Okay? And you would think I would because I don't like to be bothered. Oh, I don't like to be bothered. But yeah, that's just what I do. Yeah, guys, that's it when it comes to cleaning up my bookshelves. And again, I just want to thank you guys so much. Like I said before, just for supporting my channel and, you know, coming along on this journey with me, just rocking with me, you know what I mean, just watching my videos, liking them, and subscribing to the channel. And like I stated, you know, previously in the video, where this hobby, that this just started off as a hobby, it still is a hobby, and it's an outlet for me, it's an escape for me, you know what I mean. I'm so glad that I found something I can do. I have other interests outside of work, you know what I mean? You know, when you get older, it can kind of get monotonous. You know, you're getting up, you're going to work, come back home, you know what I mean? And I have something to look forward to when, you know, I'm done with work. I've created a safe space for me, and books in general have just really been a helping hand to me. It honestly has. And I always say, always say, if you are grieving or if you are dealing with something, pick up a book, because it started with me, because that's how my love of reading started. It started when I lost my aunt and my grandmother, and I needed an outlet, and I just picked up a book, and it changed my life. It honestly did. I always tell people, you know, if you are grieving or if you have lost a loved one or just going through something, you know, again, pick up a book, because it might help. I know for me, it helped tremendously. Okay, I look forward to, you know, picking my next book. I look forward to talking about my next book. Look forward to you guys telling me about books, you guys putting me on, you know, certain things. I love that we just have that I love that we have that community and we can just talk back and forth. I'll be here all night just thanking y'all. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you, and I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.